mother Josephine have arrived in Rome, Italy, from Texas. They start their visit at the Pantheon with its unique and ancient architecture. Their next stop is the Vatican, as a visit during the Jubilee year is truly special. Amy is struck by the beauty of this world-famous piazza along its St. Peter's Basilica. Next, a snack at Pinsere to taste the Pinza Romana, a contemporary take on a classic pizza from ancient Rome. Stretched rather than rolled, it turns out slightly thicker than a modern pizza. It boasts a wonderful texture with plenty of air pockets. The top crisps up beautifully, while the center remains soft and spongy. After lunch, they visit the Colosseum and the imperial forums of ancient Rome. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, an authentic English tea at Babington's, located in Piazza di Spagna, right next to the famous Spanish Steps, is an absolute must. The day flew by as they explored the Italian capital's most renowned landmarks. And now the time has come for Amy to conduct an exclusive interview with a celebrated Italian explorer, photographer, and documentary filmmaker, Luca Bracali.
I'm here with the one and only
Luca Bracali.
the award-winning Italian photographer's daredevil, most interesting man in the world. And let me start there. Tell me about your first memory with photography. When did you start?
Well, I started, to take my first picture in 1971, when I was only 6 years old, because my uncle was really close to the world of photography. He owned 3 cameras, and I asked him if he give me a chance to take pictures with one of his camera, was a Dakar camera, and he told me, Luca, you will make it wrong. You're able to keep, the stabilization of the camera, but I keep insisting. I say, so please, uncle, let me try it. And I took this shot. Of course, he was right. The picture came blurred, but I can challenge if in this world it is existing one other photographer that may, really have the most is only first picture he took when he was so young. So I have it and I kept very close to my heart and also to my physique because it's my suitcase. And every night I watch at this picture and give a kiss to my uncle and also to my dad.
That's a beautiful story. You've been to 160 different countries. What is one of the most underrated places that you've been?
The places that belongs to my heart, to my soul, are the Arctic regions, basically, because I don't love very much the humanity, because I feel that humanity is destroying our world. This is my idea. Of course, I love men, I love women, I love children, I love everybody, but honestly, they are killing my world. And so I prefer rather stay in big city, huge city, also if I like New York, rather than Moscow or other bustling city. I love to stay very outside. Northern region like Iceland is my favorite. Greenland, north of Finland, Sweden, Norway, Lofoten Island, and also Alaska. Just because you can create a straight connection with nature. It's you, nature, and silence.
I love that. What would you say, since you are really one of the most active people with the environment and what is going on with global warming, and what would you say in terms of how photography can help people see these things?
I use photography as a weapon, in a way, in a good way, of course. So I have not the power of a prime minister. I mean, of a big chief of government. I mean, to decide the future of our planet. So I'm a small photographer, and I can use all of my small power in what way? The photography. So I shoot the world, the best places of the world, the most fascinating, and with these images I publish books, I produce documentaries, I held exhibits. In this way I can touch the heart of the people, so I let people get closer to planet Earth. And if I can make this contact, love contact with planet Earth, with what we really, it's something that belongs to everybody. You cannot say the heart it's mine, or it's mine, or it's belongs to you. It belongs to everybody, to 8 billions of people. So if I can create a connection of love, so a love connection between people in planet Earth, I really touched my point. I really, had the success I really want. So in this way, people fell in love, with planet Earth, and they can create a sort of relation to respect the nature, not to pollute the nature, not to split on the nature they walk every day, they live every day.
That is so profound and very, very true. Well, my mom, I know that she was reading a lot about you, and I know that she wanted to ask you,
what can we do about animals that are being killed, like the elephant, panthers, lions, and that kind of slaughter is really disturbing. So with your pictures, you can show like Passage. Yeah, the good one, the Tuscan Panther. I love that, but what can be done if they don't stick? What can we do?
This is a serious issue because when you're speaking about this kind of wild animal as black panther, tuskers, so elephants, very few in the world left, or polar bears, whatever, but especially African animals rather than polar bears, you have to face with poachers and with corruption.
Right.
So places in Africa are very highly corrupted. So you can try, and many governments really manage to prevent animals killing. And also many rhinos and elephants have been saved thanks to this policy. But unfortunately, you know, the power of black money is still so strong.
That's unfortunate. Well, I'm going to shift to something a little bit, not so much lighter, but a little bit of a different tone, and that would be your 2009 adventure to the North Pole, the only reporter who has ever achieved this. Tell me what that was like and what you went through when you went there.
Probably it is the only things I will never repeat in my life. I remember it was 2009. I was 46 years old. Now I'm 60, and I asked to the big boss, Victor Boyarsky, a big scientist and environmentalist. He reached North Pole 56 times, and he reached the South Pole in 7 months of dog sledding. So he's Superman. And I called him and I asked him, so can I join this adventure, this expedition? And he told me, yes, you can. But the money he asked me was really high, 20,000 euro, and it was 2009. So I say, well, no, I'm a documentary, so I will give you a good exposure to you. If you can help me with 7,000 euro, I will give you publicity, you know, as a feedback. And he told me, no, it's not possible. 3 days before the expedition start, he called me, telling me, look, so would you like to join my expedition to North Pole? And I say, of course, but if you accept my proposal. And he say, yes, okay, I'll do it. The reason was because the explorer that joined the expedition did full, all the places. So some slots still remain free, and he accepted my proposal. So I went there, reached the Svalbard Island, Longyearbyen. 11 World Explorer was the only documentarist, and he told me, ask everybody. So explain me what about your training? So people say, well, I train a lot. For 6 months, I ran all the mountains, very high mountains, not stopping for hours. Other people, I ran all the way through the beaches with truck tires, pulling truck tires back of me. So big efforts. And and what about you, Luca? 3 months? No, 3 days. 3 days? Yes, because you called me 3 days ago. You told me to join you 3 days ago. I had 3 days time to close my luggage. I'm here. So everybody felt like. So the first way to test you was doing like 4 kilometers at 25 below zero Celsius with a sled 40-50 kilos, and then setting up a tent. So if after that, if you were able to pass this test, you had a chance to join this extreme trip. I passed this test, and he told me, anyhow, guys, if you wanna cancel your adventure, you can do it. Otherwise, you have to sign this paper. And in this paper was written something like, if
You die?
die, it's up to you. You cannot sue us. Okay, so I accepted, and it was unbelievable. I remember I was skiing for been skiing for 8 or 9 days, 8 hours a day, and then when you stop, you set up the tent. But before, you have to drink, and you don't have any water, so you have to dig the snow, setting up the tent, watching up fires, and then melting the snow, finally drinking, and it was 35 below. Then you have to pay attention where to set up the tent, because the ice is very unstable at the North Pole. So as Reinhold Messner, it happens the first day, the ice had a break and his brother fell down. So after that, you have to decide where to keep your weapons, because you have to sleep with kind of a weapons close to you, because polar bears may come and attack you and kill you and eat you.
Wow.
So where do you keep your weapons? Outside the sleeping bags, it's 35 below. So if a bear enters your tent, you don't even have the time to breathe, because you're totally covered with the sleeping bags, because otherwise your nose is gonna freeze, and you don't have time to grab your weapon. Maybe you can keep here, but if you keep it here,
You might.
what may happen? So I really spent 8 or 9 days. I can tell you, he told me, Victor Bojarski told me, Luca, 20% belongs from your physique, your strength, but 80% it's up to your mind. And he was totally right.
Yes.
Was a great adventure, and I had a chance not to test myself as a polar explorer. I'm not a Superman, but my willing was meeting a Russian scientist and making a report about analyzing the water level, the situation about global warming. So they told me that in less than a century, the water temperature almost doubled. And then the northern region was affected by albedo effect, which is something like that the snow is melting, so the heart is absorbing more heat, and the more heat the heart absorbs, the more of the snow it's gonna melt. And it's like, a loop like this. And this is the global warming effect at the North region, which are the most sensitive area in the world, North and South Pole.
Wow. That is incredible. The fact that you achieved that is just beyond anything I can really imagine. You are you have won so many international awards, and you've been so many different places. Your career spans 30 plus years. Is there a particular photo that is something that really stands out to you that you hold? I know you have the one from when you were 6, which is a beautiful story. Is there one during your career that you have gone and taken as well that still holds a very symbolic memory to you?
My archive is made probably of 500,000 images. I explore 160 countries. If I could tell you maybe one, but let me say 2 images, the one that really hit my soul the most, it's one of polar bears that I shot at after 5.5 hours waiting. So 5.5 hours waiting at 54 degrees below zero Celsius, 54 Celsius degrees below zero, waiting that cubs woke up in the snow and start playing with their mothers. So it was something amazing. But 5.5 hours at 54 below zero, it was for me the most hard photography ever taken in my life. And then when another one that really hit me was when I shot the last living cannibals on Earth. It was a story also published on National Geographic, and imagine, it was 86 years old, was the last living cannibals on this planet, and he told me all about his story, the people that he killed, the way he used to eat, to cook, something maybe it's not better, telling in this interview.
Wow, that would be very interesting, but yes, you have no fear, it seems. There's nothing that really...
No, I don't have fear. No, I don't have fear. I believe in God. I strongly believe in God, so I don't have fear. When my God will decide that is my moment, I will be ready to go up there.
I love that. That's a beautiful way to put things. With where you've been, and no doubt you have so many admirers, is there any advice you can give to young photographers who want to, I don't know if it's possible to achieve your level, but to get to where you've been and to have traveled and to just capture these beautiful moments? Is there any advice you give to those young photographers who look up to you?
Now, it's a different time compared to when I started. I started in 1985, so 40 years ago, exactly 40 years ago. So things really changed. Now we have digital photography. I started with a regular photography, so it's hard to make comparison now. But anyway, some suggestions. First of all, to believe in yourself, to strongly believe in yourself. No matter what people say, and having a project in your mind. Photography means, being a photographer means drawing with light. So, taking into consideration the power of lights, do not use Photoshop. I really hate, I'm the worst enemy of Photoshop and AI and whatever. If you take a photography, it must be a real photography. What your eyes see is what you have to capture with your camera.
Yes.
That's it. And then to create a story, a project. An amazing picture does mean nothing. You may win a photo contest, which is good, but you must be smart to create in your mind a story, a real story, to create a project. So with this project, of course, you can knock at the door of a magazine, you can imagine to create a photo exhibit, or even publish in a book. Or the next step, if you want to make more money, the only way, because photography, as Mr. Salgado said, was dead 10 years ago with the advent of digital photography. Now video is obviously something that may help you a lot to make money if you want to really do a job. And so I switched also my career from photographer, and I'm still photographer, to video maker and film director, and also drone pilot. Mm-hmm. So you have to be multitasking in a way. Being a photographer is only keeps you too tight. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to have chance to get a job, to express yourself in a different way, maybe you are talented, but if you don't try yourself into different paths, who never know?
So you have three beautiful grandchildren? 2 beautiful grandchildren. What is your hope for them for the future? It's bringing into consideration your environmental cause that you go after. You're an ambassador for that with your photography. What do you hope for the future of your grandchildren's generation?
This is a very deep question. It's very hard to answer. As I did, as I started with my daughters, I remember I went to sleep with my daughter, and I used to tell them, instead of telling like fairy tale stories, what you wanna that tells you, you choose me an animals, or you choose me a continent, or a state, a place in the world, and I will recount your story. And so I, create a sort of fascination with this world, with our planet. And this is what I'm trying to do with my older granddaughter, Bianca. My younger grandson is only 2.5 years old. So also in the 17th of December, I will go in her school, and I will have a show, an exhibit with all of my picture about Earth and animals. And I will tell her and all of her, classmates, how beautiful is our planet and how lovable are the animals, the wilderness that is surrounding us. So I hope, and also when I'm at home with them, I always try to show the picture, and I keep telling them, where is grandpa going today? He's going to Kenya, seeing the animals, seeing the elephant, cheetahs, leopards, and my gift is always a shirt with the big fives, just to remind them the love for nature and animals.
I love that, and especially going to 7-year-olds. I will tell you, people will say with your cause, you can't change the world, but you can change the world for that one child who will remember you going, will remember your pictures. Well, hopefully more than one. Well, it will be more than one. But what's next for you, Luca?
As long as God will give me the energy, the power, the health, to keep traveling the world, my next project will be to keep running on the same road. Mm-hmm. So involving young people, because only young people will be able to change, to reverse the situation of our planet. Probably they will have the power to stop the pollution. They will understand, the real situation. Greta Thunberg, she's a lovely person. I love her very much. She's the one that really had the power. Probably has been supported by her family, by powerful people, by sponsor. I don't care what, but she really ran a great way. She has been listened to, but she's been received by chief of government. She went from America to Africa, everywhere. So I love her very much. I love what she did, and I will keep trying. To do. I started before Greta, because starting in 2008 with my first book, SOS Planet Earth, and I had an exhibit in European Parliament. But so I'm sure I touched the conscience, the soul of many people. But it's not enough. But at least every morning when I wash my face, I can watch myself in the mirror and say, I made a little bit to save our planet.
Luca, you are the most interesting man on the planet, and it's truly my honor that I got to sit with you and ask these questions. I'm going to continue to follow you. Your pictures are amazing. 20 books. I don't even know how many in awards, because there are many, but it is truly such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Annie, I say thanks to you, because I realize from your word, from your voice, from the way you're talking to me, that I touch your heart. So my mission has been done. And also your mom, I love the way she's so close to animals. Mm-hmm. Because if you love and you respect animals, of course, you will be even more in love with other people and with our planet. It's a straight connection.
That's beautiful.
Yes. I enjoyed it very much.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
enlightening. I mean, really.
Don't cry, Mom. I see you coming up. Don't cry. Luca, no, really, thank you for coming. I hope to see you again. You are just amazing.
Right.
You're truly amazing. And yes, I'm going to buy one of your pictures and I'm going to blow it up. And can I do that? And put it on my wall?
Absolutely. For me, it will be an honor, of course.
I have to.
And I have to be thankful to my great friend Luca Centoni that really gave me a chance to meet all of you. So it's thanks to him that I'm here talking to you and spreading this message to the more people we can reach.
Absolutely.
After that exciting interview, Amy and Josephine enjoy a memorable breakfast at the Hotel Fontana, which boasts an enviable view of the Trevi Fountain. Afterward, they will set off for Tuscany, where some intriguing surprises await them. Keep chasing Amy. She won't disappoint you.